we think of anxiety, the way we're taught in our current culture is that anxiety is something that happens to us. We get it, right? Or I have anxiety, or I have some sort of anxiety disorder, as though we're broken, something's wrong with us, and it has to go be fixed. And as though anxiety is some external source that descends upon us, like a blanket or like a hoodie. And this is not what anxiety is. Anxiety is just your body trying to get your attention. And so if you get in your car and you don't put your seatbelt on and it just starts beeping at you, I got this Toyota, dude, it beeps at me so loud. It drives me crazy. And because I'm just like driving across the parking lot and it's like,
yeah, I have a Tundra too.
Yes, the car's not broken. The car's doing exactly what they programmed it to do, which is to force me by psychosis to make sure my seatbelt is plugged in. And so I can plug the seatbelt in, or I can yell and scream and get online and try to figure out how to disable the alarm system. I could just snap the seatbelt closed. And so thinking about anxiety as an alarm, and in the book, I use the analogy, it's just a smoke detector in your house. That's not the problem. Occasionally you'll be cooking something and you have a real sensitive smoke detector. Cool. You got to go get that fixed with a doctor. Most of the time your smoke detector is working pretty good. What's important is the fires that are in your life, whether that's bad relationships or no relationships, or you owe somebody a bunch of money, whether it's a bank or a car dealer or a family member, and or your calendar's too full, or you are not facing reality as to whether you're about to lose your job or you don't have a job. All these things that our body's trying to get our attention. And in our culture, we've been told, dude, you live however you want to. You do whatever you feel like doing.
Yeah.
And if your body reacts by not letting you sleep, making you nervous or scared, having some physiological issues or some anxiousness, we got a pill for those things. You just keep doing whatever you want to do. And at some point, you got to pay the piper. So the book is just about, what if you created a life that was based around peace and laughter and warmth and
come on,
like a life that you, when you open your eyes, were happy to be a part of, not one that you had to go take pills and run and hide from. And that was the purpose of the book.
Wow. That's so good, man. I love that you say that. And it just shows, like, I feel, as you said, identity, you kind of kept speaking to me when you were talking about that. Do you feel that a lot of the culture right now is really honing in on these terms like, oh, that's my OCD, or I have ADD, I can't do that. And, oh, that's my anxiety and depression. They hold on to these like mental diagnosis as a way of maybe being the victim or getting sympathy, or more so it's just kind of cool and trendy right now. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we have an identity-free culture, meaning we used to be bound together by a tribe, and we used to be bound together by a tribe that in some shape, form, or fashion worshipped somewhat of the same story. And that's all of human history, right? Whether it was multiple gods or many gods, or I'm a Christian guy, whether it's one God, your tribe, the people you lived around, your friends, family, and community, everybody was kind of in the same thing. Yeah. And so your identity was in that tribe. Or if you were had like a family lineage, like your great-great-great-grandfather fixed shoes, and then you fixed shoes, and then your granddad fixed shoes, and we fixed shoes in this shop forever. I talked to a Romanian sociologist once. She was sitting by me during a science lecture, and she mentioned, I will never understand the U.S.'s relationship to its soil. And I thought she was going to talk about, poison in the soil. And she's like, no, like home ownership lineage, home staying in the same family go back 1,000 years in Romania. And she's like, you can't just go buy a house in Romania. You have to prove that you have Romanian lineage. And that idea is gone in our culture. We're untethered to anything. And so then we got tethered to education. We get tethered to political groups. And what happens is they tell us who to hate.
Right.
They tell us who we're against, and we're so untethered. And so one of the ways our bodies are designed to be in community, we're trying to find community everywhere. It's, oh, I have a thing.
Yeah.
And the other problem in our culture is we are problem centric. And what I mean by that is, dude, if you and I just met each other like at a Starbucks in line, and I was like, hey, what's up, man? You doing all right? You would say something like, yeah, it's good, man. Like, it's cold out there.
Hanging in there.
Work's been tough. I'm hanging in there. Everything is negative centric. Because if I said, hey, how are you doing? And you replied, dude, I'm doing amazing. I'm doing really great, my first thought would be, he's crazy, right? It's like, there's
100%.
something not right with that dude. So you have a culture designed around this idea of we're problem first. So we greet people with what's wrong with us. And we have people desperate for identity everywhere. And so they will grab it anywhere they can. And if it's a constellation of behaviors that our body's trying to use to get our attention, and somebody gives us a label, like you got generalized anxiety disorder, you got social phobia disorder, you got our social anxiety disorder, whatever it is, that's how we lead. That's how it becomes our identity. That becomes the badge we wear in the world. And if we take that off, then I have to be responsible for my actions. Then I got to be responsible for healing, and I got to be responsible for saying I'm sorry and for getting back up and getting another job. And I got to be responsible for some things that hiding behind that identity allows me to bypass sometimes.
Thank you so much for supporting our YouTube channel. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe and smash that like button. If you would like to see another short clip from this episode, you can do so here. Or if you want to see the full conversation, you can do so here. And make sure you subscribe on Patreon. If you'd like to partner with us, you can do that. The link in the description of this video. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.